Hey guys, welcome back. This is Arash Jafary with AG Law Practice. I'm here with Farmers Insurance and Negar Farah's agency. So, welcome Negar.
Hey Arash, how are you doing?
Fantastic. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. So, today we're going to talk about property and property insurance. And of course, Negar John is an expert and she has been selling and has been with different insurance agencies for years. So I'll let her introduce herself a little bit and then we'll go on.
This is Negar Farah. I'm with Farmers Insurance in Sandy Springs, Georgia. I am in this business for 6 years and I'm with Farmers for almost 3 years.
Perfect. So let's get into it. Can you tell us how property insurance really works and how it's different, any different from, let's say, your car insurance?
Yeah, of course. It's a different policy. The property coverage, the very first important coverage is the dwelling coverage, which is going to cover your house, your construction, your building. So it has a different number than your market value. So if I'm giving you 300,000 dwelling coverage, you cannot tell us, oh, I bought my car $500,000. Or I'm going to sell my house $250,000, because replacement cost coverage has a different story than your market value. The replacement cost is the money that the insurance company needs to rebuild your house as we describe it. Same square feet, how many bathrooms you had, how many bedrooms you had. So it's a different numbers than market value that most of the clients think that it should match their market value number. It has the personal liability, of course, so
Sorry, before we get into the personal liability, let's delve into that just a little bit more. So you said that, let's say that somebody's property is, let's say, worth $300,000.
Right.
What kind of dwelling coverage would you purchase for that $300,000? And what exactly does that dwelling coverage really cover?
Okay, it usually goes and covered at 80% of the building, and let's say you
What is that 80%?
I'm explaining to you. Let's say you are buying the house for $500,000. Okay, your loan is 450, for example. We need to make sure that first of all that loan amount is covered, because your bank, your loan officer, they are trying to see that money it's covered, because God forbid if anything happened, let's say the worst case scenario is your house burns down. So they need that money, your bank needs that money to rebuild the house for you, and it's going to cover everything. Like they're gonna rebuild the house for you. I'm not talking about your personal property, I'm not talking about your sofa or TV or shoes. I'm talking about the building. So they do rebuild the house as it was as a first thing.
What about, let's say, when your car is in the garage and your car goes with the fire?
Okay.
Does a dwelling insurance cover your car in the garage?
No, it won't cover. Your other insurance will cover it for you.
Got it. So
The dwelling is covering walls, roof, sheetrock, ceiling, the building.
Perfect. And is there a minimum required coverage under Georgia law for the policy limit, or no?
For the dwelling?
Yes.
No, because each building has their own limit. I mean, if it's a 1,200 square foot house, it's different than if it's 8,000 square foot house. So no, there is no limit.
What's next? What other type of coverage can you get with your property insurance?
The next one is personal property. As I mentioned, it's gonna cover whatever is detached. It could be your sofa, it could be your fridge, it could be your shoes, it could be your ring, it could be your watch, whatever you have in your house that belongs to you. Let's say you are moving to another house, you will take it with you. So that's personal property. It has its own coverage. If you have 200,000 personal property, we go with 200,000. If you have 50,000, we go with 50,000. However, it has a limit. It usually go 10% of your dwelling coverage. So let's say if you have 200,000 dwelling coverage, The minimum that you can get is 10%, however, you can increase it.
Sorry, let me jump in very
Sure.
quick. So you mentioned rings and personal assets.
Of course.
What kind of proof do you have to give your insurance agent or your insurance in general so that you can prove that you've had that specific piece of asset?
Right. For like regular stuff, TV, sofa, you don't need to prove anything. But if you have a $50,000 ring, if you have a handmade Persian rug for 100,000, you need to prove it. So clients send us the proof. We send it to underwriter. They would take a look at it, approve it for us. So God forbid, in case of fire damage, water damage, theft, vandalism, anything happen to it, if they would give you the same thing. The next is separate structures, which means whatever is detached of your house. Let's say you have a pool, you have fence, you have detached garage that is not attached to your actual building. It's usually 10% of your dwelling. If now you have a pool, of course that 10% probably would not be enough, so we can easily increase it, and that is a very, very cheap coverage. It won't cost you nothing, like literally nothing.
Wow. And is that all? Are these all the options that you have and you can purchase in addition to the dwelling and the property that you mentioned?
All these coverages comes with it,
Okay.
and with us, with farmers, is already included. Those 10% coverages is already included. You're not gonna pay anything for it. Now you wanna add 20%, you wanna go 30%, 40%, you're gonna pay the difference. But if you wanna stay with the 10% coverage, farmers won't charge you anything. The next coverage is, of course, the liability. The minimum is 100,000, which we don't sell 100,000 because we think is not enough. The next number is 300,000, which we do for every single household. And the good thing about it is 300,000 is the minimum to get qualified for an umbrella. So let's say you want to add an umbrella to your policy, now you already been qualified and you easily can just add an umbrella to your policy.
You mentioned liability. What does that mean? What is the liability policy really cover? And why do you need it?
You as an homeowners, anything may happen. Like you have a party, anything happens to your guests, they fall, anything, your dog bites them, if trying to sue you, if trying to get you to the court, now you have to have coverage to protect yourself.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share about property insurance or anything else with the viewers?
There is another coverage, additional living expense, which means again it's 10% of your dwelling usually, but if we think that's not enough, we can easily increase it in case of opening any kind of claim that you guys cannot live in the house. You have to rent another house or going to a hotel. That additional living expense gonna cover your expense up to 12 months, which is a year. And there are, of course, so many other optional coverages. Water backup, that's like the MedPay we mentioned in our auto policy reviewing. It's an optional coverage, but it's always good to have it, at least a minimum 5,000, 10,000 coverage. There is lots of other optional coverages under your homeowner's policy that I'm pretty sure you probably never ever take a look at your declaration page. So if you just bring it up online, or if you have the hard copy, take a look at it, give us a call anytime if you have any question and we can review it for you.
And for the viewers that want to get in touch with you, tell everyone where you're located again, and what is the best phone number that they can be?
The best phone number, office number is 470-219-5400, and we are located at 7405 Roswell Road, Sandy Spring, Georgia.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And until next time, my friends, stay safe and know your rights.
Thank you.
Take care.